It's Portland Bulldogs boys basketball on WPPS, brought to you by the Portland Public Schools. Promise, prepared, and empowered. Now we send you to the broadcast booth with Steve Schwartz and Frank Myatt. Good evening. It's January 27th, 2023, and we're here at the home of the Bangor Rams for tonight's exciting boys basketball action between the Rams and your Portland Bulldogs. This is Steve Schwartz, joined tonight by assistant coach Joe Johnson. And first of all, Coach, it's a thrill to have you here and to get really the inside track on the team this year. Teams in two different directions, really. Bangor with only 2 wins, 2-10. Portland 10-4, not coming off the best game against Lewiston recently. But Bangor almost beat Oxford Hills. They lost by 3.
They did, yeah, and I watched that film and gave Coach some notes on Bangor as far as a scouting report. People forget, Brad Libby is a state champion. His first year here at Bangor, he won it back in 2019. Former assistant coach at the college level down the road here at Husson College. They won that state title that year with just pure defense, just being real physical and challenging a lot of teams.
So we'll tell you that Bangor is led by number 20, Matt Holmes, who has 10.5 points a game. Connor Boone next, number 24, with 10 a game as well. Ryan Ford with almost 8 points a game, and he can hit the threes as well. They do have a kind of a balanced athletic team, better than their record reflects.
Yeah, like I said, Coach Libby's not going to let them, just show up. They're going to compete. And tonight what they want to do is they want to make it a half-court game. They want to keep Portland from making it a track meet. And, they want to pound it inside. They got a lot of football players on that team that are big and physical, and they want to play 3 out, 2 in, and score the ball in the paint.
Now, usually a low-scoring game favors the Dogs, but of course Bangor is also a relatively low-scoring team. In fact, they beat Edward Little by, I think, a score of 34-31 earlier in the season. Let's talk about Portland now. Portland finally has a player averaging double figures a game, as Remy Jowani has hit over about 10.5 points a game. Next up, Patia Donato just under that at about 9.9 points a game. So they and a few others are really the spark plugs of the Portland team.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun coaching these guys this year. Obviously, Remy Joe's our guy. He's come on as of late, is completely healthy from the crazy injury he had in football. Patia's right behind him. So those two are a tough combo, a tough guard for many of the teams in our league. Again, we've had a great year. We've lost 4 games, both the 2 teams, Lewiston and Oxford Hills. So we're hoping, you've been around a long time, Steve. It's really hard. It's difficult to beat a team 3 times. So we're hoping down the road we'll do what we have to do the last few games of the year here, and we'll get a shot at Oxford Hills and Lewiston again.
Pretty interesting. So we'll see. We expect to see Bangor come out and really run and gun to begin with here, and we'll see if that actually plays out. But let's see. We've got I believe this is the 132nd meeting of these 2 teams, and Portland is going to try for its 72nd victory in that series. We're going to bring you all of the action in a moment.
Starters for Bangor, number 2, Damon Gonzalez. Number 13, Wyatt Stevens. Number 15 is Ryan Ford. Number 20 is Matt Holmes. Number 24 is Connor Boone. Joe Russo, assisted by Joe Donato. Dan LeGage, Joe Johnson, Bangor's coach by Brad Libby, assisted by Rob Young. Caleb Tipton, Rob Huntington, and
Joe and I will be back to bring you all of the action in just a moment. So we are off at half court. Ryan Ford against Jesse Kamas, and it will be Dogs ball. So Patia Donato set to do it.
Bangor's a man-to-man.
Here's Patia inside to Kamas outside. Nice pass by Brady, and goes to nowhere as Remy Joe was not cutting in. So the first turnover will be Portland's.
Dogs are in 2-2-1 half court.
Of course, having the benefit of you, Joe, on this broadcast is going to be great. We have a turnover, so we're tied up one apiece. Up and in for Patia Donato.
A good start for Poland here. Now they're in 2-2-1 full. They're going to try and push the pace and try and speed up Bangor's offense here.
Gonzalez inside to Holmes. And another Bangor turnover.
Fitzy Kennedy Charles gets in the way there with his left hand.
We've talked a lot about him this year. What an athlete, huh, Joe?
Yeah, it was fun. I had the privilege of coaching him in the fall as well, so it's been a fun 6-7 months.
You coached him in football as well?
I did, yes.
Oh my goodness, that's tremendous. Nice rebound by Holmes, so he does it on both ends of the court.
Yeah, I think it was week 4 of the football season I started calling him Fitzy.
God, that is great. So saved really by Gonzalez. He's clearly the ball handler on the team. He's got Remy Jowani on him. And a nice bucket for Connor Boone, the second leading scorer on the team, ties it up 2-2. Over half court, Brady Tower. Looks like what do we have here, a man?
Yeah, they're playing man. Yeah. Coach Libby and the Bangor Rams, that's what their staple is, man-to-man defense. They do a good job of just hand-checking, being physical, keeping the ball on one side of the floor.
Donato with the long three, but nothing but air that time. And Ethan Byler gets the rebound. Now Gonzalez on the right side here to Boone rather. And a three-pointer for Matt Holmes gives Bangor a 3-point lead, and Coach Russo wants a timeout. We'll take one too. We are back as Wani into Tower over half court. What goes on during a timeout like that, Joe?
Coach is just really trying to settle them down offensively. I mean, that last air ball didn't help. He's just trying to get a little more continuity on this end of the floor.
Byler with a rebound. Gonzalez inside to Holmes. Ford rather for 2. Another great athlete on this team, a fellow who can hit threes.
Yeah, I mean, Brady's got to take over. He's the floor general out here. He's got to get these guys a little bit more settled than they are right now.
7-2 lead for Bangor early. And another Portland turnover.
Yeah, so anytime it's a dead ball on the baseline, Portland's going to go into their pressure 2-2-1.
There you go. Wani over to Tower, is going to drive. He's going to be swarmed by Bangor shirts. Remy Jowani is blocked by Ford. Here's Byler now, and he gets it over to Boone. Boone has Drew Veyu on him, and Boone scores. 9-2 Bangor. So Portland, that was flat really in the Lewiston game, comes out flat tonight too.
Yeah, 2-hour bus ride is evident right now. They're having a hard time putting the ball in the basket. Long bus ride up here at Bangor.
It is indeed.
They got to get the cobwebs out a little bit.
Bangor playing for broke. They have nothing to lose. They almost beat Oxford Hills that really slept against them, and that was a 45-42 affair, I believe. They only lost by 3 points.
Yeah, they want to keep this game in the 40s, low 50s. First team to 40 is going to win this game.
You heard it here first. Tony Rumo Johnson. Ronnie inside, he's blocked. Goes down and loses it.
Yeah, the other night against Oxford Hills, they had a shot at the end of that game inside a minute to go up 2, I believe, and then there was a tough charge call. I watched the film a little bit and gave Coach some notes on the Bangor Rams, and they also had a tough block charge call late in the game that really decided it for Oxford Hills.
So it looks like Kennedy Charles had taken a break, and he's back in now. Here's Gonzalez. He's got toe on him. Oh, we're going to have a foul.
Tough one.
Well, first foul for the team, first foul of the night, and first foul for Brady Tower. Here comes Gonzalez. He's got met by 2 Bulldogs at half court.
Yeah, Poland's in there, 2-2-1.
We'll have a jump ball. Possession arrow will go to the Bulldogs. So 9-2 is the score, folks. 3.5 minutes left here in the first quarter. Bangor is in front. Kennedy Charles now at the foul line, hits it. And they just have to get baskets like that. They just have to.
Yeah, Kennedy's really streaky. He gets going. It's going to be tough for Bangor to guard.
Deflection, but up and in for Connor Boone. He's got 6 points tonight.
Yeah, Bangor's doing a good job attacking the backside of this zone that Poland's holding full court.
Wani inside, floats it home. His first 2 of the night. So it's a 5-point Bangor lead, 11-6 with 2:47 left here in the first quarter. Portland pressing. Well, in the corner, Remy Joe Wani comes up with that. He's going to bring it down himself. He's going to go for the 3, in and out. Patia Donato gets the ball. Oh my goodness gracious. 2 quick turnovers by both teams.
Unlucky there for Patia. Ball bounced off his knee.
Pepito Giram-Gisha checks in for Drew Vayu.
Yeah, another one of the top guards on the team. Very streaky shooter.
Yeah, look at that. There's a nice steal and in. Each team tied at 4 turnovers apiece.
And that's why Kennedy is on the floor, for his speed.
I mean, he's so athletic. And Wani inside to Patia Donato. He'll be fouled. He'll be shooting 2. I think that's going to be on Connor Boone. It is. We're set to have a substitution for Bangor after the first bucket here. Getting the feel of this court as Wyatt Stevens, number 13, will come in for Damon Gonzalez. We had a chance to visit with Dale Duff, legend, and coaching legend.
Yes.
Game with him.
Yeah. No, Brad Libby, the head coach for Bangor, has done a great job with these guys. So that's my connection. Oh yes. His right. The play-by-play is Brian McDormand, a friend of mine from Pine Tree Basketball Camp in Colby.
And he is doing the game with Dale Duff for WHOU. Dale did the news up here for a long time. And the sports, I should say, on local news stations up here. Inside. Fighting very hard for that bucket, Matt Holmes. His 5th point of the night, 13-9 is the score. Bangor in front, 1:40 left here in the first quarter. Tower gets that pass, and it's going to be a foul?
Yeah, right now Bangor is physically stronger than Poland in the half court, and they're going to continue to pound the ball inside and take advantage of their size advantage.
Looks like just an out-of-bounds call, perhaps. But here's Kevin Rugabira. Inside. Whoa, what a play by Sam Esposito. Athletic move. 2 points away here from a tie, 13-11. And there's a steal by Pepito Garamgishi. He's got Rugabira on the left. He goes in.
No.
Does not hit it.
Unbelievable, no foul.
Well, he kind of puts his hand up like,
Yeah,
huh?
Yeah, he's a little frustrated. He'll keep it together. He's a great kid.
Yeah, I mean, these kids are all really wonderful young men. I had a chance to actually visit with them, and for a change, took the team bus up, and they're just great young men. Tia, well, he didn't really hit the glass. He didn't really hit the rim. So the rebound comes to Stevens, and now quickly out past half court. We've got Byler, and there's a steal. Here's Kennedy Charles. It's going to be very hard to keep up with him. He misses, but the follow, Patia Donato. And he ties it up at 13 apiece.
So that's what Poland High has to do. They get a quick bucket. They want to try and not foul because then it stops the clock and it's advantage Bangor. Bangor does not want to play up and down with Poland High. So the more they can keep their hands off Bangor, the better off they're going to be.
Okay, around the horn. Well, that was an errant pass. And another turnover as Remy Jowani comes the other way with it. He intercepts. He stops at the foul line and he hits it. Gives the Dogs a 2-point lead with 21 seconds left. 15-13 is the score. Boone over half court. He gets it to Holmes. And Wani with the rebound. And steal. So, each team with 5 turnovers here, and we've got a foul on Remy Jowani.
Yeah, unfortunate play there for Remy. He got a steal and did not protect the basketball. They were able to take it back.
So at the line, shooting 2 will be Ryan Ford. He hits the first one. And Gonzalez is back in, this time for Connor Boone, who leads all scorers with 6 points. That said, Holmes has 5. And now Ford has 5 as well. No, excuse me, has 4. And we're going to end the first quarter with a 15-all tie. So as the team gets some last-minute instructions from the coaches, we're going to tell you where our friend Frank Myatt is tonight. He's at the BU Terrier Classic, coaching track. Nathan Blades and Ben Prestis are running the mile tonight. Samantha Moore is in the mile tomorrow. Blades ran 4:21, the top time in the state. Prestis ran 4:29. So, you know, we miss Frank, but we have Joe Johnson here tonight who really knows a little bit of inside baseball about this team as Kennedy Charles scores 2 and gives the Dogs a 2-point lead.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun helping out Coach Russo and coaching this group this year. We've had a great year so far. Hoping to keep it going.
Holmes just falls back and hits it. 7 points for him, 17-all tie. Here's Tower over to Charles. Charles now has Patia Donato inside, but instead he goes to Sam Esposito.
Sam coming off the bench with a couple key buckets.
Well, let's see. It's either going to be on Brady or Kennedy. He's going to call it on Kennedy.
Yeah.
So that'll be his second foul of the night. And Pepito Garamgisha is going to come in for Brady Tower. And Kevin Rugabira will get set to check in, probably for Kennedy Charles. Wani with another steal. Up and, oh my goodness. Kennedy Charles up and in.
Yeah, so Portland's changed the pace here a little bit, able to get in some passing lanes and create some turnovers. They just got to do a better job of playing at a pace but not fouling, because they're keeping Bangor in the game here because of their foul trouble.
Charles nails it. 22-17 is the score. Portland now enjoys a 5-point lead.
Portland back in man-to-man full.
Gonzalez over half court. Pepito Garamgisha on him. And that's going to remain. Nice effort by Esposito, but that's going to remain Bangor ball. Holmes had it inside.
So Portland's going to go 2-3 out of bounds. Bangor is going to try and screen the zone and get this open 3.
And it's going to be a long 2 for Wyatt Stevens. So it's 22-19 now. Garamgisha over half court. Patia Donato held a little bit. Oh, Sam Esposito with a save. And Kevin Rugabira doesn't fall. Patia Donato underneath, he'll be fouled. Nice play by Sam Esposito. He's having a heck of a game.
He is. That's huge for Portland High to have him come off the bench and give this amount of energy. Bangor having a hard time blocking out, giving Portland multiple rebounds.
Drew Veyo set to check in. Donato misses the first one. Also checking in for Bangor, Caden Thomas. And he will check in for Connor Boone. Holmes now the leading scorer with 7, although for Bangor. 9 points for Kennedy Charles. Patia Donato uncharacteristically missing 2 free throws. Holmes on the rebound.
Portland High in half-court man.
Just stopping. Pepito Garamgisha with the rebound on the shot. Missed by Ford. Over half court. And we'll have a player control foul.
Yeah, unfortunately, Pep got a little too quick for his own good there. A little out of control.
Brady Tower will come back in for him. Tower with 2 fouls. The only player with 2 fouls on the court right now.
Portland High, man-to-man full.
It's Wyatt. Gonzalez. Stolen by Brady Tower. It's an even match here. Oh, so he really just shot it off the legs of Caden Thomas, but yeah, you wonder if it's really going to be that way, and you don't really have a clear. Do you pull back a little? I don't know. It's really a 2-on-2 there. Tower though beyond the 3-point arc. Gonzalez on him. Here's Drew Veyu. Veyu inside, stops. Rugabira got a hand on that. Veyu comes in, he scoops, does not hit. Rebound Ryan Ford. Gonzalez. High off the glass, doesn't fall. Remy Jowani with the rebound. Pushes it up to Patia Donato inside. Brady Tower for the open 3. Doesn't hit. Patia Donato with another offensive rebound. This time to Veyu. Veyu too hard off the glass, but again, Patia Donato there.
Good possession there for Portland High. Just penetrate and pitch and attack the rim.
Donato's rebounds are all offensive tonight, at least 4. I won't have a foul. Probably, let's see, maybe on Kevin Rugabira. And it is. Kevin's first. Shooting 2 at the line will be Caden Thomas. 24-19 is the score, folks. 4.5 minutes left in the first half here in Bangor at Redberry Gym.
This might be a first for me, Steve, coming to this gym. I've been in the auditorium a few times, but...
We've done a few games here, I will say. I think we have had a few interviews here, too, but 1 out of 2 for Thomas. Makes it a 4-point game. The Dogs in front. Toe over half court. He's got Joe Wani on the left side. There's the screen set by Sam Esposito. And we're going to have a Portland turnover.
And that's their staple. Bangor struggled this year to win games, but defensively, they're not going to back down. They're going to be physical, push, getting passing lanes.
And the nice pass there by Ford to Holmes for 2. And now it's suddenly a 2-point game again, 24-22.
Yeah, and every out-of-bounds play, you better be ready. They're gonna have a shot at the rim.
That, by the skin of his teeth, the Dogs retain possession. It's 24-22. There's 3:53 left in the first half. We'll take a timeout. We are back. Steve Schwartz and Joe Johnson.
Good timeout by Coach Russo there. Bangor is trying to change the pace of play. Coach wants to slow Portland High down a little bit on the offensive end.
Kevin Rugabira beyond the arc. Patia Donato is as well. Remy Jowani inside. Throws it up and in. He is scared of nothing.
Yeah, I mean, arguably he's been their best player recently, Remy Joe. Portland High just got to try and find him down the floor every time. I mean, he's got to touch the ball first, or at least be an option on the offensive end.
Well, the first player to a double-digit average this year at 10.4. The rebound to Sam Esposito, who's having a game of it. Toer inside, backs up, goes out to Wani for 3. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, if 10 gets it going, Bangor's going to have a hard time tonight.
Oh, nice play, but Wani with another rebound. Takes it up himself.
Now, if I'm him, I'm not passing the ball here. I'm going to go get it back.
No look pass, though, by Toer to Esposito. Doesn't fall. The rebound, I believe, to Stevens. We have a player down at half court.
Good sportsmanship there by Kevin.
As you suggested, they are really great kids. And who I really visited with beforehand was Kevin and Pepito and Patia and Wani, Remy Joe, and just really wonderful young men.
Yeah.
And as is really everybody. Brady Toer's a great young man, respectful.
Yeah. And obviously number 10 was a huge addition to Portland High coming over from Deering and, talking with the personnel over at some of the staff over at Deering. They miss him more in the hallway than they do on the basketball court. So he's such a great kid, good leader.
So that doesn't fall, and Patia Donato with the rebound, his first defensive rebound of the night, actually, by my count. Devin Walker, number 30, is in. He had a good JV game as well tonight. I know some of his family is here, including his aunt, who we recognized each other. We knew each other from Bangor Community College. We both went to Maine.
Oh, wow.
I transferred back in 1979. I said, "You look familiar." She said, "So do you."
Yeah. Devin hasn't gotten a lot of time in varsity, but
yes,
I coached him last year at the freshman level, and he's ready. He's ready for this chance.
29-22 is the score, a minute 45 left. It's saved, but it is a Portland turnover. I think, anyway. Tower skies for that rebound. Gets it over half court quickly. He's got Patia in. My goodness, Patia, what a move.
Yeah, Patia struggled a little bit lately. Nice to see him get things going with 14 and 10 scoring. Portland High is going to be tough to beat.
Well, that's the number 1-2 scorers. Patia just under a 10-point average, and Remy Joe just over a 10-point average. Ball is stripped. Jesse Thomas checks in, and he's going to check in for Devin Walker.
Huge part of the game here for Bangor. Down 9 with the ball, end of the second quarter.
We're in the final minute. That doesn't fall. A couple of Bulldogs fighting for it. Ultimately, oh my gosh, he's a great athlete, Ryan Ford. And we're going to have a timeout here. 31-24 is the score with 45.8 seconds left. So Wani takes it in to Brady Tower. They pull it out and hold it for the last shot, Joe.
Yeah, time and score situation. Huge part of the game, very undercoached, but the good teams that can handle this part of the game, end of the half, end of the quarter, usually end up going deep in the tournament.
Wow, that's a nice pass by Toa to Remy Joe. He's got 11 points already in double figures. You know, he may not have had a good shot there, but he impresses.
Brady got tangled up there.
He's going to come out.
He competes every night.
He sure does. My goodness, he does. He scraps. It ends up being Bangor ball. I wasn't exactly sure how that happened, and I think Coach Russo is a little bit apoplectic about that. But they'll get the shot off. It doesn't fall. Wani. That's the end of the first half. The Dogs are in front, 33-24. So here we are at halftime. The Dogs with a 33-24 lead. As we suspected, Bangor came out running and gunning, but ultimately Portland is now in the lead.
Yeah, I mean, Remy Joe's got it going. You know, they're trying to push the pace. And again, like I said to start the game, you know, Bangor does not want to get into a track meet. They want to push the ball, but, you know, control the tempo. They want to have long possessions and try and score the ball inside. You know, defensively, they're as good as anybody. You know, the other day, they had a shot inside a minute to beat the best team in the North in Oxford Hills.
So at halftime, we'll tell you leading all scorers and leading the Dogs, of course, Remy Joe Wani does have 11 points with about half a dozen rebounds. Patia Donato, 9 points, along with Kennedy Charles, 9 points. Patia also with about 6 rebounds, 5 of them offensive.
Yeah, I mean, Portland High, you know, has struggled sometimes this year with scoring. So that's what they want to do, is they know there's many opportunities on missed shots to crash the boards and get multiple chances to increase their lead tonight.
Bangor is led by their leading scorer, Matt Holmes, who has 9 points. Ryan Ford has 6 points. Connor Boone, their second leading scorer, has 6 points. It should be an exciting second half, and we're going to bring it to you in just a moment. So we're back. A little technical difficulty.
After a quick trip to the snack shack.
And a camera that would not turn on. Brady Tower comes up with it.
So probably pretty clear to state that Coach Russo talked about them increasing their pressure and then having a little bit better ball security here in this half.
It was a great play by Kennedy Charles on that pass. This time the scoop doesn't fall. Garamgisha with the rebound. Gets it over half court. He's got Brady Tower on the right. Throws it up high off the glass, but Remy Jowani with the offensive rebound.
Yeah, Paul and High needs to continue to find 10. Get him a touch on most occasions down the floor.
Wani underneath and in. Quickly up, Gonzalez.
Paul
Cross
playing
court.
man-to-man.
Connor Boone. Back to Gonzalez, who has Brady Tower on him. Ryan Ford. The scouting report, well, it was stolen that time by Brady Tower. The scouting report on him is that he is very athletic. And you could see that. That rebound fought for hard by Matt Holmes. Coach Libby wanted a foul. Kevin Rugabira will come in for Pito Garamgisha.
Yeah, Bangor. Bangor is playing 3 out, 2 in offensively, trying to pound it inside.
Tower is on Gonzalez, but not tightly on him, so we don't have any 5-second violation.
Thankful. I don't know if there's a rule in the game I dislike more.
I think we're both in favor of a shot clock.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
up and in for Kevin Rugabira on the pass.
The MPA decides to pay for a shot clock or allow schools to pay for it, you won't see any more 40-point basketball games.
Do you know what percentage of schools in the country have them, or do you know that many do?
Well, I know.
What an interception.
I think it's just Maine and New Hampshire. I'm not sure if Vermont has it or not, but I know Mass does. So as far as the New England states.
Oh, Toro was pushed, no call. And Holmes made the basket, and Bangor takes the timeout. It's all of a sudden 41-26 with 4.5 minutes left in the third quarter. We are back on. Steve Schwartz and Joe Johnson, along with Josh Gibbon on camera for WPPS TV3. Over half court is Brady Tower.
It's going to be interesting to see what Coach Libby has up his sleeve. Call a timeout there. And what he said to his players. They're not a big zone team, so they're not going to come out and pressure 2-2-1.
Inside Holmes, he's going to be fouled before the shot. Well, it's going to be on Kennedy Charles again. That's his third foul.
Bangor trying to screen the zone there, trying to get an open three. Paulin did a great job of fighting through those screens.
Oh, stolen by Rugabira on the left side. Oh, well, everything but the finish.
Great play.
Inside, and we'll have a foul on Remy Jowani there. You could hear that up here, and so at the line shooting 2 is going to be Caden Thomas. That'll be Wani's second foul.
Yeah, transition defense. I think that's just all attitude and hustle. Bangor beat Portland up the floor there. Portland High's got to do a better job of getting back.
And anybody you know, number 23, James Johnson checks in for the Dogs for Kevin Rugabira.
Good-looking fella, isn't he?
Looks like his mom, I'd say.
Yeah. Thank God.
And the rebound by Wani. Pepito Garamgisha. Johnson now over to Garamgisha in the corner. So the right idea, but doesn't fall. And we have a foul. Is that going to be on Sam Esposito?
Yeah, hustle play. You know, that's what Sam does. Just rebound and try and get tips and deflections.
First, team's third.
Still a 15-point Portland lead with 3.5 minutes left in the third quarter. 41-26 is the score. Caden. And that doesn't fall for him, but Johnson gets the rebound. Over to Garam Gisha.
Coach Russo calling out power set. Wants to try and get the ball inside.
Camus is going to be fouled by Caden Thomas, his first. So far, the referee's calling a clean game, not a ton of fouls.
Yeah, they have. They've done a great job tonight just letting the kids play and not over-officiating.
Camus outside. And in. Down and up and blocked by Connor Boone. Now inside, we're going to have a foul. But let's see, non-shooting foul. And that's going to be on Camus. Deep to Boone. Around the horn. Holmes.
Pulling in 2-3 zone out of bounds.
Really not letting Bangor get a shot off. Holmes, though, will fall back. That doesn't fall, and Remy Jowani, who's having a game of it tonight, he's going to have a double-double, folks.
Big defensive possession here for Bangor.
Ugabira to Garam Gisha. Garam Gisha underneath. Nice drive and in for two.
I mean, that's why Portland High is so difficult to guard. They got multiple guards that can just get to the rim and score the basket.
Nice tight defense played there by Johnson. And a turnover ultimately. Oh, but back again. So I don't know if we had it long enough to have control. Holmes. It'll stay Bangor ball. 43-26, 1:43 left here in the third quarter as Drew Vayu will come in to replace Kevin Rugabira. Here's Gonzalez.
Bangor is just trying to set up that wall and cut.
Good minutes here for Joe Johnson as he has his second, James Johnson as he has his second rebound of the night. Joe, you've had a few rebounds in your day, too, though, haven't you?
Yeah. Actually, it was. I was there with Coach Russo back in 1990. I was when he came over from Bon Eagle.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, he's been around a little bit.
Well, the name Johnson is synonymous with Southern Maine and Portland basketball. So.
Yes. Yeah. Saw a lot of basketball at Portland High growing up with my brother and my sister Amy.
So Byler checks back in for Bangor. Gonzalez has Garam Gisha on him. He gets over half court and fast.
Portland High, man-to-man.
Wow, Johnson fights through the screen. Yeah. And Vayu to Johnson to Donato to
Great
Garam Gisha.
Even
And the
better
block
block
is made by Holmes. Excuse me, by Connor Boone. He's inside. Whoa, that is a player control foul. So that's his second on the night.
Favorite time of the game for me. Inside a minute. Time and score situation for Portland High.
Well, Joe, you may not know this, but the last 5 minutes of the whole game we call Susie Schwartz time because Susie Schwartz says the last 5 minutes of any game practically anywhere is the most exciting. Whether it's hockey, basketball, football, maybe not baseball.
She's a smart lady.
Tia Donato now. Johnson with Byler on him. Donato, who's got Thomas on him. In the corner, Kevin Rugabira looking for the handle, but Remy Jowani underneath. Johnson!
Oh.
5 times the charm. There were, I believe, at least 4 offensive rebounds in that sequence. Portland could not convert, but neither could Bangor get a hold of it to get their shot off. So 43-26, we go into the last 8 minutes of regulation in a moment. So Drew Vea will take it in to Kevin Rugabira as we head into the last 8 minutes of regulation here on WPPS TV. Johnson, who gave the Dogs good minutes, comes in to start the fourth quarter as well.
Yeah, Portland High wants to control the pace. I mean, they're up 17, have long possessions here.
Bangor scored only 2 points in that quarter. So the defense was on fire for the Dogs. Here's Wani inside.
I love the place he plays at. He's under control, never gets out of control. Plays beyond his years.
Yep, and absolutely, and great ball protection and just a really solid athlete. Were it not for Kennedy Charles, I might say the most solid athlete on the floor, but they're both excellent. Drew with a nice rebound.
Yeah, I mean, both very similar, but you know, Remy plays at a pace. Remy's more of a basketball skilled player. You know, Kennedy is just so athletic, and you know, helps out this team on the defensive end.
So here's Toe over half court. Kennedy Charles in. Tia Donato. Underneath, Charles up and in.
Yeah, great call by Coach Russo, running a little flex cut there. Put pressure on the rim. Up 19 here, you just don't want to foul. Let the clock run, just rebound and play basketball.
Absolutely. Kennedy Charles, by the way, in double figures. 13 points. Here comes Brady Toe around the back. The pass to Veyu. Oh, and he has an offensive foul.
Unlucky there. Tough spot. Portland High still man-to-man.
A little bit of a light press here as Wani is over half court. In the corner, Gonzalez, his first shot of the night, and he scores. So 47-29 is the score. 2 minutes into the final quarter here. 6 minutes left.
Yeah, Bangor knows the situation they're in. They're extending themselves defensively. A little more full court versus half.
And here's Garam Geisha. In the corner, Charles for 3.
Not necessarily the shot Coach wants in this situation, but why is that a good shot? Because it went in.
50-29 is the score. That. Well,
Great take.
You know, these referees are really good, though. I mean, they think about it. They look at each other.
Yeah.
They communicate.
Yeah.
You know, they really are good.
Yeah.
You know, we've had not that we should complain about any referees, but we have on occasion, you know, said, gee, you come up here and, you know, Eastern Maine refs treat you this way, treat you that way. All I can say is these have got to be two of the best referees that we've seen.
I would agree. I mean, this is obviously the first time I've been in the booth up here with you this year. I've been sitting next to Coach Russo since November, but this has been very smooth from the Zebras.
We have a hard enough job. We were talking about that.
I mean, arguably, you know, the speed of play in basketball, you know, the block charge call, it's just so fast, and you know, you got to kind of slow things down as a referee to make it easier on yourself. But you know, the fans are on top of you. You know, coaches are on top of you. You know, it's I think one of the most difficult sports to referee.
Vayu, and that's Eddie Antonio in, by the way, for the Dogs now, too. But another turnover. And coming in now is, let's see, who's 25? Is that Angel, right?
That is, yes, Angel. Yep.
Originally, we had him as 0-0, but that's our friend Hayden Bachman. Wow. No travel, no charge, and no foul. So Wani gets it past the press. Charles back to Wani. Charles in the corner. Doesn't fall. The rebound will come to Wyatt Stevens. Stevens will bring it coast to coast. And he'll have Connor Boone right now. Boone in the corner to Holmes. Holmes has Antonio on him. And that is an errant pass. Garam Gisha's going to come down and lay it home. And we're going to have a timeout, Rams. It's 52-29, 4:07 left. Here we go. After the Bangor timeout.
Yeah, Poland in control here. No fouls, let that clock run. Bangor's going to try and get up as many shots as they can right now to make this interesting in the last couple minutes.
Strip, though. Angel with the ball on the right. He goes down, and he is going to be tripped and helped up. All in the same breath by Caden Thomas.
Happy for Angel. Doesn't get a lot of time, but has come in and worked really hard here in the fourth quarter.
James Johnson checks in for the Dogs now, as well as does Sam Esposito. Another Bangor turnover. Drew Vayu. Over half court, Garam Gisha. The pick is set by Oriana. Vayu with the long shot. Doesn't fall. Rebound to Byler. Too far. So coming the other way here. Boy, Bangor sure made a game of it, especially in the early going.
They did. You know, they were, I can't remember what was the score to start the game, but, you know, Poland had 2 points for a while.
Yeah, it was like 9-2 at least.
Yeah.
Maybe 11-2 even. But
you know, and then again, 10 took over for Poland High.
There's Esposito. He hits the three. So his biggest scoring game of the year so far was 7 points.
Yeah, his best overall game.
2:50 left, actually. Almost 3 minutes left. Bangor spins. And the shooting two will be Holmes at the line. And it looks like the foul will be on Angel.
You know, and for me, most nights, it's the team who dictates the pace that comes out on top. And obviously, Poland High, that's leaning towards them. You know, their pressure game really bothered Bangor.
Hayden Bachman is going to check in for the Dogs.
And Remy Joe and company were able to get it done.
And it was a great game altogether. for the Dogs tonight, as they're going to be victorious.
Eric Bangor is going to take back the score.
Only 4 points here in this quarter, so Portland has just really taken over, Joe, on defense too. Bachman now with the ball. He's closely guarded.
They have. They've had a lot of long possessions like right now, but they've been able to convert on the offensive end.
Esposito to Bachman. Bachman drives in, loses it. Inside, outside, let's see. Well, the rebound will come to Eddie Antonio, as Liam Vigue is in for the Bangor Rams as well. And now we come the other way. And we... Well,
yeah, Sam tried to take a charge there, just did not get his chest on him.
Portland foul number 21, Sam Esposito. Bangor, 30, Cam Thomas. For Bangor, number 11, Mason Stumpy.
so hitting that one is Caden Thomas, who's going to come out now. We also have Gavin Stewart in for Bangor.
Nice to see Coach Russo even up almost 30 points here, still coaching.
Ethan Nicholson is in. Well, we've learned handling the SMCC games, covering those, that as Coach Matt Richards says, there's no such thing as garbage time. You're always looking to see what your team can do. For example, can Eddie Antonio pull up and hit a jumper?
Yeah, Eddie is arguably one of the most athletic kids on this team. But you're right, Steve. I mean, these kids are in practice, probably working the hardest, playing, not touching the ball a lot on offense. They're the scout defense, so they've earned the right to be out here too.
Harry Fitzpatrick, number 44, is a freshman out there. We should say he scored 11 points in the first game that Bangor had this year, so he's capable of hitting it. In and out again. Angel with the ball. Inside. Out again. Sam Esposito and Eddie Antonio. Bachman inside. And the rebound comes the other way to Vigue. Number 11 is in, Mason Studley. So you're seeing the future of Bangor basketball, folks, if you're a Rams fan.
Yeah, they got a lot of freshmen in the program. I want to say, look at their roster. I think they had 20 freshmen on varsity, JV, and freshmen. So they have a bright future up here in Bangor.
So Angel with the ball, he'll just hold on to it as we only have 5 seconds left. And Eddie Antonio will hold it. And 57-31 is the score. We'll catch the team shaking hands, and then Joe and I will be back to wrap up for you in just a moment. So, Joe, in the end, what you might have expected from the two teams' records, a 26-point win for Portland. Portland was led by Remy Jowani, who led all scorers with 17 points. Next up, Kennedy Charles had 16 points. Batia Donato with 9. Sam Esposito with 7. Remy Jowani very close to a double-double tonight. I have him at 9 rebounds. It could have been 10, but a great all-round effort for the Dogs.
Yeah, they started out a little slow. Again, Bangor was controlling the pace, but Portland High with their pressure game, and they were able to find 10. He's their guy, Remy Joe, and when he plays well, it's going to be tough for anybody to beat Portland High.
And Matt Holmes did have 12 points tonight, which is just a little bit over his average, but Connor Boone, who averages 10, had only 6 points tonight. Ryan Ford had 6 points. So Portland, as they do traditionally, does a good job containing the very best players on the teams that they play. play.
Yeah, I mean, offensively, they struggled a little bit this year, Portland High, but defensively, they're tops in the league. And they mix it up. Coach plays zone, he plays man. Very seldom will be in a half court. It's going to be full court, in your face, Portland High basketball.
So, folks, Portland gains its 72nd victory against the Bangor Rams. This is Steve Schwartz for Joe Johnson, Josh Gribben on camera for WPPS TV3, saying so long from the home of the Bangor Rams, where tonight the Portland Bulldogs are victorious. Good night.